Good morning, it's MJ, and this is general reading for the collective using the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Let's get right to it. Get shuffling this deck, clearing the energy from this deck. And we made it to Friday. Woohoo! This is the general reading for the collective for Friday. I want to say it's June 4th, right? It's June 4th, isn't it? It has to be. Anyway, let's get right to it. I don't know. I gotta tell you, with summer, my mood just shifts so dramatically. I think it's just the longer days, the warmer weather. It's feeling more optimistic. Okay, let's start with the motivation. This is the energy that is sparking our action. This is what's behind this is like the reason why we're doing stuff. This is the underlying cause. Sometimes we're very aware of our motivation, right? We know what we want, and that's what's driving us. Sometimes our motivation comes from a place that's in our subconscious, and we don't even realize it, you know. So let's see here. Okay, so we start off. Oh, hey, Sun! What a wonderful way to. I want to say we had this card last Friday, right? Ooh, I'm gonna have to go back and look. But anyway, here we are once again being motivated by this desire to perhaps feel comforted, to feel as though you're in the right place, you know, where you're feeling as though you're achieving the goals that you're setting out to achieve. You're motivated by that sense of well-being that the sun brings, you know, how the sun makes you feel warm and comforted, and you know, this sense that everything's going to be okay. There's a positive, optimistic energy that comes with this card, and it's just one that, I mean, you can almost feel it vibrate when you hold this card. It's a wonderful energy. And when you're motivated, when we are motivated by this, we want to do the things that put us in the spotlight. We want to do the things that help illuminate areas of our lives that are successful, right? Because that helps us feel good. You know, if you focus your energy on all the things that aren't working, it's going to make you feel really crappy by the end of the day. So here we're motivated by shining a light on all the things that are working, all the things that are making us feel good. And in return, it's re-energizing us, it's recharging our spirit. So here you may be looking for ways, you know, to point out to your coworkers, you know, how you are a valuable member of the team, or to your boss, you know, like, you know, all the contributions that you've made, so that you'll, in return, perhaps get a raise, or get some accolades, or perhaps, you know, find some other benefit for your efforts. So here you're really trying to get yourself positioned so that you look really good in the eyes of others, where the spotlight is on you, and you feel that warm, radiating energy, that presence of the sun. So let's see what opportunity comes as a result of this. What situation is going to come in? What is going to happen here that may either be supporting this motivation, or perhaps allowing us the friction so that we can grow the lesson, the hidden lesson. Oh, I love this. It's the Page of Cups. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of cups lately. It's the capybara, and this is the most friendly animal, as you know, at least when I was doing my research on the internet there. The capybara is the most friendly most friendly creature on the planet. It is so kind and so loving, and it's just this giant. It's this just gentle giant. I think it is also the largest rodent on the planet. And you see here the little story of this capybara is that it swims across the water, swimming across the river, and it's bringing with it on its back. Oops, I'm sorry. I think there goes my phone again. Oh, I have to learn how to charge my phone before we go. Okay, anyway, this capybara is bringing a little bird and a little frog across the river, and he's just such a helpful creature. You know, this is an energy that's just very jovial and fun. And so I feel like when you're motivated by getting into the spotlight, you're motivated perhaps by having others see all of your accomplishments, the opportunity that's going to come to you, the situation, is that you're going to feel really good, and you're going to want to be more helpful to other people. You're going to be in this position where when you're feeling good about your life, you want to extend that to other people. You want other people to feel just as good as you do. And here's that energy of the Page of Cups coming in and being a helper, you know, helping other people with their emotions, being more open, you know, being more open-hearted perhaps to other people, and extending a hand when needed. And it's just such a loving, friendly, it's just, like I said, a very open-hearted. You're less judgmental. You're less critical when you're in this position here, when you're surrounded by the energy of the Page of Cups. So whatever this opportunity is today, or maybe this weekend, you're going to be put in this place where you have a chance to show the better side of your humanity. You have a chance to extend to others grace and just complete, you know, love and compassion. You know, I'm not talking about like sexual love. I mean like love for another human, you know, just, and maybe it is sexual, who knows, but I'm saying this is just a way for you to extend an open heart to other people. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for you, because I think it's also going to help illuminate, here we go with the sun, illuminate whatever it is that you're working on. So that's going to be a great opportunity. Such a like chipper little fellow. Oops. Okay, let's see what we have for the external influence. Oops, it's in here, Butterfingers. Okay. Okay, so the external influence is the energy that comes to us uninvited. It just sort of shows up at the door. And sometimes this is a great energy. Sometimes it's very supportive. And we're like, hey, come on in, you know, take your shoes off, make yourself comfortable. Sometimes it comes in, it doesn't even like wait for you to fully open the door, just barges itself in and throws its muddy feet up on your coffee table and bosses you around. So let's see here. Let's see who we get. So we have Justice, and what you may find here, this maybe with this opportunity to be kind and all that, what you may find is that you will be forced to make a decision of some sort, and this is going to be a very important decision. It's, you know, it's going to be one that you may not realize it at the time when you're making this decision, but it will be one that will alter your course, your path, right? It will be one where you go, I can either move this way or move that way, and you may not necessarily know what the future holds with either, but regardless of it, you will never be able to backtrack and choose that other thing again. You know what I mean? It's like once you commit to this decision, this is how it's going to play out. So this could be when you meet somebody here, or whoever this, maybe however you open your heart here, it could lead to you making a very important decision where you may not have all of the information. You may have to go by your intuition. You see here this bat. The bat is on this card because they use their echolocation, they use sonar, and they're not able to necessarily see, you know, what's way out there in the distance, but they can tell, they can get that information back to them. And so this is where you're going to have to tap into that yourself. You're going to have to think about the bigger picture, right? Let your gut kind of guide you here, but also using your logical mind as well. You know, this is where you kind of have a little bit of faith in the universe, but also check in with yourself, check in with your intuition, be your guide, right? Because you're going to be flying blind here for a little bit, but it's not necessarily something that you should be scared about, because you're going to have you have all of the resources, you have all of the skills that you need to make the best decision. So just know that there's some sort of decision that's going to come up, and it'll be transformative in many ways. I mean, that's going to be something to think about. And again, it may the decision may be something as random as to go on a blind date with somebody, right? Maybe it is about romantic love, and that maybe somebody says, hey, I've got a friend, why don't you come out, and go on a blind date with us, and you can either decide yes or no, right? But this decision is going to be one where when you do this, it's going to change, and it might not necessarily be that date. It may be what happens on the date. It may be what happens by not going on the date. Whatever it is, it's going to impact your life in some capacity. I'm going to make this a really quick story. The way I think of the Justice card is that before my daughter was born, right, I used to go and have drinks with a friend every Saturday. And then this one Saturday, I was like, I just don't feel like going. I'm just not going to go. And I had committed to myself, like, I'm not going to go. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Something told me I should really go. This is like, even though I didn't really want to go. Anyway, long story short is that's where I met my child's father. And that decision to go impacted my life so dramatically. Had I stayed home, taken the dog for a walk, and did nothing, who knows where I'd be today. I might not even be here doing this, because she's had such an important role in my life and leading me down this path. So my point to this is that you never know what decision you're going to make that's going to be the one that will dramatically change your life. Just have faith when your gut tells you to do something. Do it. That was a long way of getting there, huh? Sorry. Okay, so let's see what wisdom comes up. I think whatever decision you choose is going to follow. This is also like the karma card, and it's going to fall in alignment with whatever your karma is. If you decide to do something, and something really good comes of it, it's because you were already you were already laying down that groundwork, that foundation. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, that's interesting. The Knight of Swords comes up. I feel like we saw this, we did have this energy too. I wonder, I have to go back through the readings. Anyway, because I want to say they were together, the Sun and the Knight of Swords. Anyway, here we have this energy coming through, and this is the advice card. This is the wisdom card. So here, this Knight of Swords cuts through all the crap. It cuts through all of the, just the minutia of life. It's like it knows exactly what it wants. It knows how to get there. It is the absolute opposite energy of the Page of Cups. I mean, like, the Knight of Swords would just eat the Page of Cups for dinner, basically. And it might, because it's a barracuda. This is an energy where you are asked to be a little bit more serious. You're asked to be a lot more logical and less with your heart and more with the facts, more about, like cutting right to the chase here. What are the facts? How can you use them to your benefit? How can you reach your goal the quickest, the most efficient way? The issue with the Knight of Swords here is that, as wonderful as this energy is at getting you to your goal as efficiently as possible, it has a tendency of being a complete asshole. This is an energy that causes you to be abrupt and rude to people. It's an energy that has you saying things that are very far from being kind, even though it's the most efficient way of getting you the information that you need. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not a nice energy, but also it's one that cuts to the chase, and it gets you the information that you need swiftly. So this energy, this night energy, you kind of have to learn how to balance the good with the bad. You know, you have to try to temper it a little bit so you don't come off being so sharp, you know, so cutting, you know, but at the same time, with this, like this energy of the barracuda can see its goal like far out, you know, and it swims to its target with precision. And that's the goal. Like, that's the advice for you, is to know that that goal is out there. You should swim to it with precision, but be aware of when you're not being kind. And I think that's where this opportunity here with the capybara, you know, being so open-hearted, being so kind and loving, that may be causing some friction with when you are approached by a situation that is going to cause require you to make a decision. So here you're going to be kind of like pulled between this opportunity that's like giving you a chance to see what it's like to be loving and kind and open-hearted and blah blah blah, you know, also soft and mushy, and then your gut may be telling you, well, I need to, you know, do this now. I need to be swift. I need to not think about other people's emotions so much. I need to focus on my goal. So I think, like, with this card coming up in the advice position, it's telling me that, you know, as wonderful as it is to be loving and kind and open-hearted and all that, and focus your energy on that. Don't get lost. Don't drown yourself in the emotions, right? You've got to keep a clear head. You're going to have to keep your goal in mind. If your motivation is to find the success, to find that spot in the sun, right? To find that energy, to feel powerful, to feel as powerful as a mountain lion, you know, you are going to have to find that balance between being this capybara energy of being kind and open-hearted, and perhaps, you know, like maybe even being taken advantage of, right? Here, think about this capybara shuttling these animals. You may be somebody at risk of being used by other people because you're being seen as being really kind. So the opportunity here is for you to be extending your generosity and your goodwill and that open heart. And, you know, just when you take that opportunity, just keep in the back of your mind that there's still that logical side of you, and it's aching to come out here. And so whatever decision you make, don't make this decision solely on your heart. Use your mind, use your intuition. That goal is out there for you, but just don't be a butt about it. Anyway, happy Friday. Again, we have the mountain lion, oh my God, bringing that powerful regal presence to our reading this morning. And that is the goal, getting into that place of feeling in command, you know, being the king or queen of the jungle, perhaps, or of the forest. We have the loving energy of the capybara. We have the insightful, intuitive bat, you know, who can guide its way through the darkness. And then we have that cutting Knight of Swords energy, reminding us that our goal is within reach, but there are two ways of handling a situation, and be careful, because you may feel, you may slip into being not so kind when being warmer perhaps would be a benefit. So anyway, peace. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.